Hello, everybody. Hello, this is Teacher Master. This is another episode, the one that we're going to be bringing you new vocabulary. And in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about work. That's right. We are going to talk about vocabulary, and this vocabulary is going to be about work. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get started with today's topic, and we're starting right now, everybody. Let's do it. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back. This is my pleasure having you today. And in today's episode, in today's vocabulary, we are going to talk about work. Vocabulary about work. And remember, everybody, that this lesson is brought to you thanks to the sponsorship of iSpeak program. The iSpeak program is a place where you can actually develop your speaking English skills when it comes to fluency, vocabulary, grammar range, and coherence, right? We do all this through the IELTS methodology that basically tells us if your language, if your spoken English is good or not. And remember, guys, that we also have our workshop, right? We have private workshop where about the iSpeak program. And the main idea of the workshop is to find your areas of opportunities, in other words, your weaknesses. And from that point, working on a personalized schedule, personalized lessons where you can actually see your improvement as soon as possible. All right, everybody. So we are about to start then with today's episode. And before we continue, remember that you can subscribe in our YouTube channel for more additional homework, for more additional material, for more additional lessons, and you don't miss anything. So guys, let's go ahead and dive into it, right? So the first word of today's lesson is going to be shift, right? One more time, let's repeat it. Shift. Okay? Let's do it once again. Shift. And basically, guys, when we talk about shift, we are talking about the time, right? The time worked in a job that it's a tie of normal hours, or we also say it business hours, right? Here in Nicaragua, at least, the business hours are from 8 a.m. to 5:30. Most of the job do they have this kind of normal hours. But if you need to work for more hours, starting from 5:30, let's say at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m., it's considered that's another shift, right? That's another let's say another period of time that you're also working, right? So in that case, you are working like two shifts, right? Two different periods of time. So one more time, guys, the time working a job that is not normal hours. All right, so that's the word, shift. And we have the example over there. She is a nurse, so she has to work in shifts. 1 week she does the morning shift, and then the next week she will do the night shift. The same thing happens if you work for a call center. For example, if you go to a call center, you will basically experience that perhaps they have different kind of shift. You have morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift, and graveyard shift. That the graveyard shift, it's from 12 or 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. sort of, right? Okay, so that's the first word, shift. Alrighty, so that was the first word, shift. Now, let's move it on to the second word, guys. And the second word is overtime. That's right, overtime. One more time, once again, overtime. And what does overtime mean? Basically, it's working more than your contracted hours. That's right. Previously, we were taking a look at the word shift. Now the word is overtime. The shift, it's basically depending on your contract. It could be 4 hours, let's say 8 hours. Normally here where we live, it's 8 hours. But if you work more than that shift, that's considered overtime. Let's imagine that your shift starts 7 a.m. and finishes at, let's say, 5:30. However, because either you requested, or because your boss requested, or because there are some availabilities, or there are some hours available for you to work, definitely you can take them, because that overtime period, it's paid, and it's paid double. And what is considered after a shift, the other activities that you need to do, or the rest of the activities you need to do within your work, that is considered overtime. In other words, if you start from 7 and finish at, let's say, 5:30, and then you start again at 6 and you finish at 10, from 6 to 10, that will be considered your overtime hours, right? The overtime. It's working more than the ones that you were contracted for, right? And we got the example over there, guys. The example says he would work overtime without pay to finish a job. So what do you think about that, guys? Would you do that? Would you like to do that? Would you take that chance? If your boss tells you, you know what, I need you to finish this presentation for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and turns out that the presentation takes time, perhaps you already have the information you need to make your own presentation, but it turns out that it takes time, right? Would you do it, right? Would you go ahead and work on your presentation, and that's overtime, and you know that you won't be paid? Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about if you do the overtime, in case you are asked. Alrighty, so following word, guys, word number 3. Word number 3 is fire, right? Once again, fire or sack, right? Sack, or the other word is dismiss. It's like bye, ciao, arrivederci, right? So the picture over there, it's self-explanatory. Fire. Your boss, right, actually kick you out. He fired you. He sacked you. He dismissed you. Why? Because he thinks, or she thinks, that you're not worth it. That's the thing, right? Sometimes that happens. So anyway, guys, so fire, it's to remove someone from their job, especially because they have done something wrong. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. There has been one time in my life that I got fired, and I felt really, really sad. I remember I was like 19 years old, and I was part of a project, and there was a misunderstanding over there with the project leader, and things did not turn well, to the point that I was kicked out of the project. The good thing is I got paid, right? Even though that I didn't complete the whole assignment, that's the good thing. But the bad thing, if you're talking about the moral and all those things, I would have to say that I felt quite disappointed, and I felt really bad for almost 2 or 3 months. I requested some feedback, because this is one of the things that you can also do, guys. If you are fired, you can request some feedback, why you were fired, or what are the things that your boss didn't like from you, and then you can go ahead and face it, right? As long as obviously you want to improve. But there are people out there that they know what they're doing, and with really bad intentions, they do what they do, and that's right, they got fired. It turns out that my boss told me that the team leader, there was a misunderstanding over there, and perhaps in another video we'll tell you exactly what happened. But the truth is that she didn't want me there. And because she was the team leader and she already knew all the things about the project, he decided to fire me. He decided to sack me. He decided to dismiss me. That was bad. All right. Anyway, so we got the sentence over there. The sentence says he was fired. He was sacked. He was dismissed. Pay attention to those finding sound because basically now for the people that perhaps they are going to be facing some kind of evaluation, if you have the opportunity to talk to a language specialist, they will be paying attention to the final sound of the word. So pay really attention to the final sound of the words. That's crucial in English, right? So he was fired. He was sacked. He was dismissed because he was late for work every day. In my case, something like that happened to me. I'm gonna be, telling you the truth at the end. I have nothing to lose. The thing is that she gave me different kind of hours. She gave me different kind of shift and schedule. And she used to tell me, you're gonna start tomorrow at 8, right? I was very naive. I trust her a lot, and I believe in her word because at the end she had more experience than me. But the thing is that she told me that several times, like, you're gonna start working at 9 and tomorrow at 10 and the day after tomorrow at 11. Sometimes the schedule was on time at 8 and sometimes it was really late. So I was kind of confused, but she set me up because the only thing that she wanted to prove is that I was late for every single meeting. And in fact, that happened like 3 or 4 times. I was cut by her boss, right? The manager of the whole project. And that's it, right? So I was basically, sacked out just because I was late every day or from time to time. All right, guys, the following word is resigned or quit. Once again, resign or quit. One more time, resigned or quit. And basically is to leave a job, and it's completely the opposite to the previous word. The previous word was, take a look at that, fire, sack, dismiss, is where your boss tell you, bye-bye, I don't want to see you anymore here at this company. But also it happens the opposite. It's when you leave the job. It's where you decided to finally break those chains that actually keep you behind that desk or behind that endless job that you don't feel rewarded, you don't feel appreciated, you feel like, oh yes, this is my moment, and this is my resignation letter, where you are telling or stating in your letter that you don't want to continue within the company any longer, right? That's the thing. Resign or quit. And take a look at that, guys. Just the picture over there, he says he resigned from his job yesterday. Once again, he resigned from his job yesterday. Alrighty. Okay, so remember, guys, remember the following. Keep in mind that these and the vocabulary that actually we are working on, or the one that I'm showing you, you can use it in next episode, right? In our episode number 7, we're gonna be talking about work, and that's why I'm just giving you some words, some vocabulary that you can actually use later on in next Saturday episode. So far, I don't have just the time, right? Because I think that we're gonna be making that change, but eventually you will know it through our social media. So that's why it's very important that you can actually follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, right, and TikTok. Alrighty, so the following word is salary or wages. Alrighty, one more time, guys, one more time. Salary or wages. Once again, guys, salary or wages, right? And salary or wages is basically the amount of money that you have contracted in at the moment that you sign for the contract, right? How much money you are going to make either monthly, weekly, or yearly. Right, that's going to be depending on the contract, right? But salary or wages, it's basically the money paid each month, right, to an employee for their work. If you're working or if you're planning to work, eventually in the future, you're going to make a salary, you're going to earn a salary, or you're going to earn wages, right? For example, because this is a trend in Nicaragua, especially for those people who want to improve their English skills, especially the spoken one, because they want to have better job opportunities, like working in the call center industry, right? So the salary and the wages over there, it's between $500 monthly to $800 monthly. Nowadays, with the trend that everybody is working from home, you can either make up to $12 per hour, right? If you look for that job or if you look for that opportunity, but there are some jobs where you can either make 12, 20, 25. And that's going to be depending on how you actually play your bones, right? All right, everybody. So salary and wages. And we have two sentences, right? Two sentences because we have two words, salary and wages. Sentence number one says, public sector salaries are not keeping up with inflation. All right? Once again, public sector salaries are not keeping up with inflation. And the second sentence says, he receives a good wage because he works for a prestigious company. Right? He receives a good wage because he works for a prestigious company. So, yeah, there are people they prepare themselves better than others. So at the end, they aim for that job where you need to be prepared for that. And eventually, you will make or earn more money. Okay, so the following word number 6, guy. Word number 6 is going to be pick. Once again, guys, pick, right? You are watching me from the window out there. So anyway, so the word is pick, right? And pick, guys, it's basically in this scenario, right? Or in this case, or in this work vocabulary environment, you can use it or you can basically you can use pick to choose a person or thing, right? For example, because they are the best or most suitable. And the sentence that we have over there says, personnel have to pick 3 courses from a list of 15. In my personal experience, there are some offshore companies, the ones that are not located in my country, the ones that are coming from other countries, and they build their own facilities to employ people from the country where they are building their facilities. So from time to time, they want to make sure their personnel is really well prepared because they need to deal with people from the first world countries, right? That's the thing. So if you are working for those kind of offshore companies, the thing is that they are going to ask you to study more or to pick some extra activities or education where you need to improve for better performance at the workplace. So that's right, guys. That's word number 6. Word number 6 says pick, right? To choose the person or things that will help you out to for you to be the best, right? Or because it is the best or the most suitable for you. Okie dokie, guys. Word number 7. This is an expression, and actually, and the expression says, get your head around something. Get your head around something means, guys, to succeed, right, in understanding or accepting something such as new idea. In other words, it's to understand something, right? Whenever you are in a situation that you are being explained about how to deal or how to manage certain activities, but you don't get it at the first one, you don't get it at the second, third, or fifth time, it doesn't matter. But there is at once or after you have repeated several times that you find out that what's the solution to the problems, right? So this is when you succeed in understanding something, right? Finally. So get your head around something. The example over there that we have is, I just can't get my head around. I just can't get my head around how the YouTube algorithm works. And that is 100% true, guys. If you know how the YouTube algorithm works, let me know in the comments down below. I would pay attention to your comments and let's see what happens, right? Alrighty, so get your head around something is succeed on understanding something, finally. But take a look at the sentence. The sentence says, I just can't get my head around. I can't understand, right? I'm still unable to understand what is going on with, in this case, YouTube algorithm. Alrighty, so the following word, guys, is word number 8, or sentence number 8, or expression number 8, and this one has to do with the following. One of the perks of the job. Now, I want you to take a look at the picture over there. In the middle, you see employees, benefits, and perks. Take a look at that. Can you tell me if there are any difference? Are there synonyms, antonyms? What do you think about perks? What does perk mean? Employee benefit and perks, definitely a synonym of benefits, right? One of the perks of the job. And we have the definition over here. An advantage or something extra, such as money or goods, that you are given because of your job. For example, the offshore companies I have worked with is that they have access to transportation. So basically, you don't need to waste your money on public transportation or taxi or even your gas. So you can just patiently wait for the bus driver that will pick you up and take you to your workplace, back and forth. I think that's one of the perks. Another perk that a company can give you is perhaps if you have some kind of extra insurance besides the public one or besides the private one or besides the one the government offers you as a insurance. You can also have a private insurance for a less fee, right? Or the fee is a little bit lower. Keep in mind that at the end, insurance is not something that is going to be free, right? There should be a fee for that. Another benefit is, for example, that there are some kind of agreement between the company that you work with and other establishments, pretty much businesses, that you can show your ID or your identification or your badge or something and then give you a discount, right? They can give you 10, 40, 50, 5. It doesn't matter. At the end, you need to pay for the whole amount of money. You are saving some money, and that's good, right? I think it's good. All right, so that is perks, right? Perks is getting benefits besides the one that you already have as a worker from that company, business, enterprise, whatever. And we have the sentence over there, or we have the example. The example says, a company car and a mobile phone are some of the perks that come with the job. Well, I don't know here, but let's see. What kind of job actually gives you a car or something for you to move or for you to drive from point A to point B? Perhaps if you are the CEO or the director or the general manager of a company, perhaps you can have access to this kind of tools, right? Definitely, if you are a salesperson, if you are the sales guy from that company, if you are the wolf of that company, they are gonna give you a phone for you to get in contact with your customers and sell the products that you're supposed to be selling. Not a problem. So pretty much that what is going to happen is that you will have unlimited data, unlimited minutes, unlimited packages for you to actually use them, right, for getting new customers. And but a company that actually can assign you a car, yeah, if you're a manager, right, they can give you a car, but remember that car is not going to be yours. The car, it belongs to the company and it's just assigned to you, meaning that you will take care of the car. Meanwhile, you work for that company. All right, so that is one of the perks of the job. And yeah, good. So next one, guys, next word number 9 is be my own boss. I love this expression. There is a trend nowadays that everybody wants to be their own boss. Not bad. I mean, I think that if you don't want to be an employee, that's completely fine. I truly believe that if you have the potential, if you have a service, if you have something that you can offer, people will buy from you. And I have seen businesses starting from nothing and they become a monster, right? We have different kind of examples. We have, well, in this case, we have Amazon.com. They started like that. Obviously, this guy knew something about what he was going to do. For that reason, it's very important, guys, that if you want to become an entrepreneur or if you want to be a person that you want to create your own business, you need to study, guys. You need to study. You need to study either finance or marketing, or you need to study how people what's people behavior. Let me tell you why. Because if you know how people actually behaves, and if you have a really good product that you can turn that product in the product that is going to be resolving their needs, you made it. You are going to make it. Also, you need to understand how to manage your business, right? Because that's also very important. I've seen a lot of people that they have a really good product. They have a lot of customers out there in demand of their product, but they don't have a really good knowledge in business or administration, and that's the reason of the failure, right? Sometimes they fail. So be careful when you are being your own boss. But anyway, that's the sentence. The sentence says, be my own boss. People that operate their own business, in short, entrepreneur. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to be your own boss. We got the sentence over there. The sentence says, I started, you can either use those pronunciations, started or started, up my own business, and now I'm my own boss. I work for myself and no one tells me what to do. I know what you're gonna say. I know that this is not a really good example because I work for myself and no one tells me what to do. But this is an example. But now in real life, guys, what happened is that this is not about that you don't have nobody who tells you what to do. But in fact, you do have. Those people are your customers. Your customers will tell you, you know what, I don't like this, or I like this. If they don't like one thing, what is going to happen is that you're going to be working towards to fulfill their expectation. And if they like it, you need to keep consistency. So at the end, you do have a boss, which is the market, which are your customers. Good. So that is being my own boss. So let's see over here. Okay, so the following word, guys, word number 10, and last one is stuck behind a desk, right? Stuck, once again, stuck behind a desk. Stuck behind a desk. And the meaning is unable to move from a particular position or place, or unable to change a situation. All right, guys. So, and this is a really sad situation, and I think that perhaps most of us have experienced this, that you cannot move from the position that you work in because different kind of reasons, right? It could be you need to keep on working on the company that you need to work because there are no other, opportunities, or because there is a strong personal attachment that you need to work for that company. And that sometimes happens even if you worked for a company that actually will be the company of your dreams. Sometimes, even though that you work in that position, you will feel like behind a desk, like you are tied. You cannot do a lot of things as free as you would love to. All right, so we have stuck behind a desk, and the sentence says, I hate being stuck behind a desk all day. Once again, I hate being stuck behind a desk all day. All right, guys, remember that this lesson has been brought to you thanks to the sponsorship of iSpeak, which is basically the program that will help you out to improve your speaking skills. Remember that if you have liked this lesson, the only thing you need to do is to show us your love. Share, subscribe, thumb up, and be aware of our next videos. So, guys, as you may know, we are gonna continue with the lesson, and in the lesson, the main idea is that sometimes we have some questions, and the problem of the questions, or the problem with us, is that we only answer yes, no, and we are only brief every single time that we answer a question. And the problem of that is that sometimes the person that you are talking to, you want to express what you think, right? You want to express what your thoughts are. You want to express what your feelings are. So it's very important, the exercise that we are about to accomplish over here. And the main idea is that with the words that we covered today, out of those 10, we're gonna pick 5, and the words are perk, stuck behind a desk, can't get my head around, be my own boss, and pick. What we need to do is to match the right word to the sentence. But this is the thing. The main idea also is that you can have like a background, or how you can use the sentence in an answer. So the first question is, why did you choose this kind of work? So perhaps you are in a job interview and you are talking to somebody, in this case the recruiter, and the recruiter asks you, why did you choose this kind of work? So the answer says, well, it because first of all I was interested in it, and then I had stuck with it because I'm good at it. All right, looks like tongue twister, isn't it? Anyway, so we got the words perch, stuck behind the desk, can't get my head around, be my own boss, and pick. Which one do you think would be the perfect match for that answer? Let me know in the comments down below what your answer would be to complete that answer. All right, let me go ahead and see the chat down below, and the answer is picked. That's right, everybody. Very good. So the question says, why did you choose this kind of work? The answer will be, well, I picked it because first of all, I was interested in it, and then I had stuck with it because I'm good at it, right? That's the sentence, or that will be the answer. That would be a better answer than, oh, just because my parent told me to study that. Alrighty, question number 2. Question number 2 says, what do you dislike about your work? Sometimes the recruiter may ask you this kind of questions, or the person that you're talking to, or a friend, or whoever can ask you this kind of question. Why, or what do you like, or what do you dislike about your work? And the answer we have over there is, well, I dislike that I have to deal with so many disorganized people. I don't like such struggle. I just perk. I just be my own boss. I just pick. It couldn't be picked because we already have picked it. And I just, what do you think? Let me see the chat. Yeah, very good. Excellent. I just can't get my head around it. There you go. Beautiful expression, guys. Beautiful expression. So, well, what do you dislike about your job or your work in this case? Well, I dislike that I have to deal with so many disorganized people. I don't like such struggle, and I just can't get my head around it. There you go. That's much better than answer that. Oh, I don't like my classmates, or in this case, my peers, or my coworkers. That's not a really good answer. Anyway, question number 3, guys, is what do you like about your job? What do you like about your job? It's completely the opposite to question number 2, isn't it? So question number 3, what do you like about your job? And food, right? You're answering the question, but besides that, you are giving some or expanding your answers, right? Food, it's really delicious, and the best of all is one of the job, which make employees more satisfied. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Let me see. I think this one you're gonna get it right. There you go. Very good. Excellent. Fantastic. Perks, right? The benefits. Yeah, in fact, guys, there are companies that they offer you, for example, food, right? The food could be included as one of the perks, or sometimes the food could be either subsidized, which is good as well. Take a look, do your math. $3 one meal, right? One time. $3 every day. We're talking about 3, and you work 7 days a week, or you work six days a week. So 3 times 6, we're talking about $18. But because the food is subsidized, definitely you only need to pay like $1, right? $1, especially those offshore companies. And $1 per week, it's just $6. So do your math. 18 versus 6 at the end. Good. The following question, guys, is do you have any career plans yet? Once again, do you have any career plans yet? No, I don't. Yes, I have. That's not a really good answer, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the answer, guys. The answer says, I like to one day. I'm interested in programming, and I like to create apps for myself or for other companies, right? So we already have picked, can get my head around. Perks, which one do you think is going to be this one? I like to. One day, let me see the chat box. Yes, very good. Absolutely right. You got it right. So I like to be my own boss one day. Everyone dreams about this. You would like to be your own boss, meaning that remember that you are not gonna have one person telling you what you need to do or need to do. You're gonna have a market, right? You're gonna have customer telling you what you need to do and how you need to improve your service or product, or how to keep that consistency in quality or whatever you are selling or offering. Alrighty, guys. And we also have question number 5. And question number 5 says, what do you see yourself doing in 10 years time? Okay. Wow, that's a really good question. What do you see yourself doing in 10 years' time? Basically, guys, these are the type of questions that you're going to be asked in a job interview, questions you're going to be asked. So you better be ready. So, what do you time? As long as I'm not doing something boring and a dead end job, I'll be happy. We already have picked, can get my head around, perks, be my own boss. Definitely, last one, it's pretty easier, right? It's gonna be stuck behind a desk. What do you see yourself doing in 10 years' time? As long as I'm not stuck behind a desk doing something boring in a dead end job, I'll be happy. That's the sentence. All right, everybody. So I just want to remind you, everybody, that we have our next episode number 7. We're going to be talking about work. Episode is going to be next Saturday. I think it's going to be 10:30. But if it's not going to be at 10:30, I will let you know in our social media, right? Remember that we have our podcast, RadioPodcast NICALINGUE on air. And the main idea is that you can have a place where spoken English is first priority. Meaning that if you are in your, if you are at level 10, level 11, level 12, you are more than welcome to participate. And the main idea is that you can have this opportunity, this space for you to improve your speaking skills. And the topic, guys, is going to be about this one, right? The topic is going to be advice for working from home. As you may know, what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be reading an article for you to have vocabulary, and then you can support or you can back up your answers. And in this way, after we read that article, you will have the opportunity to participate in our event, the main event of that episode, which is speaking, right? Just speaking. One more time, next Saturday, we're going to be talking about remote work, advice for working from home, especially those people that are currently working from home. All right, guys. So on my end, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you very much for participating in today's episode. Remember that this episode is brought to you by iSpeak and NICALINGUE, where the main idea is that you can have a place that you can improve your English speaking skills. Guys, one more time, thank you very much for the opportunity. I hope to see you in the future. Remember that if you haven't subscribed in our YouTube channel, the only thing that you need to do is to give us a thumb up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Thank you, everybody, for your time today, and I hope to see you in the future. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye for now.